to come into child's pose. Big toes come to touch. And take your knees as wide as you like, whatever's comfortable for you. And then just making any adjustments that you need for this to feel comfortable. If it's not great on your knees, you can come up to all fours or just come into a comfortable seat. Make sure the head is resting. Arms are relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Use the next few breaths to settle in. And then bringing your awareness into those points of contact between yourself and the floor. Paul, we're in child's pose. You'll feel your shins, the tops of the feet, your arms, forehead all resting down. Just keep your awareness there and let that become quite firm, a solid connection between yourself and the floor. And then bringing your awareness into the physical body, just taking a moment to scan, notice anything that's coming up for you today. We're really being interested in the sensations that are there. Moving your attention freely between the different sensations, all around, top to bottom, side to side, back to front. And then taking a step back, just notice your mood today and your energy. Know that as we move through the practice, you're welcome to modify whenever you need to. Always use the props that you've got around you. Rest if you need to. And take variations that you like to use. And take a moment now, awareness in the mind. An opportunity to set an intention for your practice. The quality you'd like for the rest of today, maybe for your weekend. We'll take an inhale together. Send out your intentions with your exhale. And we'll come into a side stretch. Creep your hands over to the right. Keep your sit bones pushing back towards your heels. And then notice how this stretch feels and where you feel it. Hi, Emily, we're in child's pose, reaching the fingers over to the right. So feel that stretch from your fingertips to your armpits, all the way down the side waist, and take a couple of deep breaths here. Come back through center and walk the hands over to the left. The arms or the elbows might be lifted or resting on the ground. And then direct your breath into this opening through the right side. Two more breaths here. We'll come back to center and we'll thread the needle. So bring your right arm through. The right shoulder comes down, the right side of the head comes down. You can always use a little pillow or a block under the head. And either left hand reaching forward or just straightening it around the back. Breathing into this stretch through the shoulder, twist through the spine. Extend your left arm forwards, right arm forwards, and we'll take it through to the other side. Left arm creeps through, left shoulder, left side of the head comes down, either right arm reaches forward or take that half bind. And soften, no need to hold any tension here. It's quite a strong shape to be in. Just allow the shape to work you into the stretch. Just one more breath. Come back to center, both arms reaching forwards. And come up to all fours. So the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. On an inhale, take the gaze up, moving into cow pose. But feel that you're lengthening the spine. And then a little squeeze of the shoulder blades together to open the chest. And the chin lifts. Use your exhale to round into cat. Arching the back, tucking the chin in and spreading the shoulder blades. Really push the mat away. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. You get that nice stretch through the upper back, the shoulders, the neck. And then 2 times with breath. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Belly draws in. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, round the back. And then you're going to tuck your toes and push back to downward facing dog. I need to take my socks off. Then use this down dog, this time to stretch into the backs of the legs. So bending alternate knees, pedaling out the feet. Nice, slow, mindful movement. So notice how that feels in the legs, in your feet, in your toes. Make sure the head hangs down. You don't need to hold any tension through the neck. And then come to stillness here. We use an inhale to lift up onto your tiptoes, or the balls of the feet rather. So you get a nice stretch through the toes, heels high. Exhale, sink the heels down and back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heels down. One more time, come up onto the balls of the feet, get all the toes involved in the stretch, and then sink your heels back down. On your next exhale, look forward and walk your feet to your hands at the top of the mat. And we'll take ragdoll, so feet are wide, about hip width, the head hangs heavy, either hands resting on opposite elbow creases or you can interlace behind your back, knuckles up towards the ceiling. And feel that the footprints are flat on the mat, the toes are nice and long, not grabbing on. You can have your knees as bent as you need to or start to work the legs towards straight. Soften the shoulders. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Release your hands down. Take a halfway lift. Bring your hands onto your shins, under your knees. Press the palms into the shins and find some length through the spine. So often the back is rounding. We want to get the natural curves back. So a little squeeze of the shoulder blades. Puff up the chest, lengthen the crown of the head forwards, and push your sit bones out behind you. On an exhale, fold in. And then we're going to rise all the way up to stand, reverse swan dive. Reach your arms out to the sides and up, big stretch. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. And close the eyes. Smooth out the breath and be aware of the sensations that are coming up in the body. What you feel and where you're feeling it. And release your hands down. We're going to flow through a couple of rounds of sun salute A today just to get the blood pumping, but nice and steady, and you can modify as much as you like. On your inhale, a big stretch out to the sides and up. Look up, little back bend at the top. And exhale, you fold forwards. Keep that length through the spine. Hands down. Take a halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, we step back to plank, either full plank or you drop your knees down. And take an inhale here, fingers spread wide. On your exhale, bend the elbows lower down onto your belly. Push the tops of the feet down, and we'll take 3 baby cobras. The pelvis is heavy. Shoulders away from the ears. On your inhale, hover the hands and the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, push the tops of the feet down. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, tuck the toes. Slow motion back, seat to heels, no rush. And then come to downward facing dog. Down dog or all fours if that's where you're working. We'll take 3 full breaths here. Feel the length through the spine. The knees can remain a little bit bent. One more breath. Use your exhale to look forward. Slowly step the feet to the hands at the top of the mat. And find your halfway lift. Lengthen. Exhale, fold in and release. Inhale, big stretch out and up. Exhale, hands in prayer. And hold it here. 2 full breaths. Release the hands down. We flow through again. Inhale, reach up. Take up loads of space. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, use the whole breath. Exhale, hands down, stepping back to your plank. High plank or modified plank. Take an inhale here, make everything strong. Exhale, bends the elbows and you come down. Bring your arms by your sides, so long arms down by your sides. Turn your palms down onto your mat, thumbs out. And the legs are strong, tops of the feet push down. Look down. Feel the length from your toes to the top of your head. On an inhale, you lift the chest up. And the pubic bone pushes down. You can stay here or hover your toes. Stay here, maybe lift your hands up. You want that smooth, easy breath. One more full breath. Release, bringing your hands under your shoulders. Tuck the toes. Slow motion, you push back seat to heels. And exhale to downward facing dog. Follow the breath. You want the breath to be quite even, so an even length on your inhale and a similar length on your exhale. You just take one more breath here. And then bring your right foot forwards and the back knee down into our low lunge. Bring your hands inside of the right foot. You can grab your blocks if you have any, or a prop. So sinking the hips down, lengthening the spine, lift the chest. And then hold here, stretching the hip flexor, the quad, the groin. Two more breaths. We're going to pull back to half split. So you draw the hips back. Hips are directly over the back knee. And turn the right toes up towards the ceiling. That's strong on your hamstring. You bend the knee. Inhale to lengthen. And the exhale, you fold in. Breathing here. If you want to add on, you can dial your toes out to the right. That just slightly changes the stretch. One more breath. And come back into your lunge, sinking the hips down. And we'll take a twist. So the left hand under your left shoulder, either on your mat or your block. Inhale, you lengthen through the top of the head. Exhale, reach the right hand high. So either right hand extends up or you can just rest it on your hip. Use another inhale to find some length. The exhale draws the right shoulder open. So that twist is coming from your belly button to the right shoulder. If you want to add on here, you might bend your back knee and hold it here. You feel that in your quad. Maybe bring your right hand to the left foot. Right hand, left foot. No. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting open. And the gaze always goes into the most comfortable position. So remember the neck as an extension of your spine. You don't want to kind of be crooking the neck in odd directions. Just lengthen through the crown and then maybe turning the gaze up to the side or down. We'll just take one more breath. And release. Bring your hands down. Tuck the back toes. We're going to pivot round to the left for a wide leg forward fold. Inhale, you lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, a little bend in the knees and hinging from your hips, fold forwards. Let the head go. Your hands can be on your mat, the outside of your legs, or a block. And check in with your feet again. You want the feet flat on the mat, toes nice and long. And if anything, you rock slightly forward, bringing the weight into the balls of the feet. Two more breaths. And then you take a halfway lift. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. You're in a lunge. And step back to downward facing dog. And you might pedal out your feet or move your hips from side to side. And feel free to stay here or take child's pose, or we'll move through a clearing flow. Use an inhale to come forward into a plank. And remember, you can modify as much as you need to when you want to. Exhale, you lower down. Inhale, lengthen into a back bend, cobra or up dog. And exhale, move back to downward facing dog. Come to stillness. Reconnect to your breath. We're going to step the left foot forward for the low lunge. Give it a helping hand if you need to. Bring the back knee down. Hands on the mat or a block. Hands inside the left leg. Hips are heavy, chest lifts. Scan the body. Notice what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. Take two more breaths. Move into half splits, flexing the front foot. Inhale, you lengthen the spine. You keep that length as you hinge forward, and you don't need to go that deep to feel the sensation in the back of the left leg. Either hold it or that option to fan the toes out to the left. You keep that left foot flexed, so don't start to point the toes. One more breath here. Come back into your lunge, setting up for the twist. Right hand down under the right shoulder. Inhale, you lengthen the spine. Exhale, draws your left shoulder open. Maybe you reach your left hand high or keep it resting on your left hip. Adding on, if you want to, you bend the back knee. And maybe catch the foot with the left hand. But then let the hips sink back down. Use that inhale to lengthen. Draw the left shoulder open. Two more breaths here. Just watch that right shoulder, a little push into your right hand to take or spread the weight out. Gently release. Both hands down, tuck the back toes and pivot round to the right. The toes turn in, so make sure the toes are not flaring out to the sides. Toes turn in just a little bit. The option this time to interlace your fingers behind your back. If this is not good for your shoulders, don't do it, just bring your hands down. Inhale, you lengthen the spine, pull your knuckles away from you, crown of the head away from you, and then that little bend in the knees and you hinge forwards and let the head go. Maybe the knuckles push up towards the ceiling, maybe they come a little bit overhead. And you can shake the head out, maybe bend into one leg and then the other, that's quite nice. Couple more breaths. Quietly release your hands down. Take the halfway lift. Inhale. Move it round to the top for a lunge and step back to downward facing dog. Down dog or all fours, always an option. Rest here or in child's pose, or move through a flow. High plank, low plank on your inhale. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale for any back bend. Exhale, back to child's pose. Everybody meeting in child's pose, the big toes touch, your knees as wide as you like, and let your forehead rest. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and exhale out the mouth. And then walk your hands in, come up to sit. Grab your bolster or bed pillows or sofa cushion. And you're going to sit down with that pillow butted up to your back. I'm going to take Baddha Konasana legs, so the soles of the feet together and the knees open wide. If you want to and you've got blocks or something that you can prop your legs up with, you're welcome to use them. And then I'm going to lie back onto my bolster. Make sure that my head is supported. And the arms will come down by the sides. And you can take any variation of this. If it feels weird for you being on a prop, then you can just lie on your back. If you don't like the legs in this position, then you can knock the knees together or extend the legs long. So you play with it, find a position that works for you. Sorry. Make all your adjustments so that you feel completely at ease. So there's no physical holding, there's no areas that don't feel quite right. And try and make it a very open position. Let the shoulders be open, the chest open. This big length all the way down the front of the body and then opening up through the hips, whether the knees are playing out to the side or legs are straight. Maybe not knocking the knees together, find an open position. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. Bringing your awareness onto your breath. When we're holding, we can start to really focus on a slightly longer exhale. So the inhale is still nice and long. The exhale a little bit longer. I'm never skimping on the inhale, but making the exhale a bit longer. So for example, you might be breathing in for a count of 5 or 6, and the exhale would be out for a count of 6 or 7. I'm not going to do a count for you, you just find tempo that works for you. And when it goes quiet, don't worry, I am still here and I will cue you when it's time to come out of the position. So just enjoy the silence while you have it. Keep your awareness on the breath. Just going to take a couple more breaths here. We have a couple more poses to do, but remember this position, because if it feels really juicy and comfortable for you, you might like to hold this when we move into Yoga Nidra in a little while. So to come out of this position, draw the knees together. You can use your hands to bring the knees together. We're going to slide off the bolster onto the side and then budge that out of the way. And we're quite nicely in a position to move into a spinal twist. So extend your right arm out and then you roll your left shoulder open. We're in that reclined spinal twist position. So move the props out of the way. And then you can shuffle around a little bit to get comfy here. And maybe resting your right hand on your belly or the outside of the left thigh. If it's okay for your neck, let the head roll to your left. Scan through the body, make sure you're not holding anywhere. And then the focus comes back to your breath. A long inhale, and a slightly longer exhale. Keep that focus on your breath. Allow the inhale to expand into the ribs, the belly, the side, the back. Maybe get a bit of a stretch through this left armpit, left shoulder. We're just going to take 3 more breaths here. Bring your knees to center. Just square off the pelvis and feel that the sacrum's on the mat, feet flat. Take a couple of breaths here, just let the spine and the muscles release. And move into the twist on the second side. So you might bump your hips a little bit to the right, roll your knees to the left. The right arm reaches out to the side and make sure that arm is on the floor, shoulders down. You can kind of adjust it around to get it into position. Left arm on your thigh or your belly. If the legs don't quite feel comfortable, you could use a block between the thighs or even under the bottom knee. Let the head roll to the right. Soften the whole of the face. Whole of the torso. The hips and the legs. The arms. And follow your breath. Taking 3 more rounds of breath. Long inhale. Slightly longer exhale. And then coming back to center, square off the shoulders, the pelvis, knees bent, feet flat. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. And check in with yourself. Notice how you're doing in the body. Mind. And with your breath. We're going to move into your preferred position for Shavasana or Yoga Nidra. So traditional Shavasana lying on your backs. That's supported Supta Baddha Konasana with the bolster behind your back. You could take a supported Shavasana with the bolster behind your back. You can take legs up the wall if that's what you'd like to do, but you choose. Nestle in, put your socks on, grab your blankets, your masks, whatever props you'd like to use. Come into that bind position. Use as few or as many props as you like so that you're comfortable, you're at ease, and you're warm. So it's always worthwhile laying a blanket over you because you will, you've not been moving that much, but your temperature will drop a little bit. Good. And making any final adjustments that you need. Remove any jewelry or glasses, watches, anything that might distract you during the practice. And become aware of the pose that you're lying in. Feel the shape of the body. Feel the position of the arms, the legs, position of the head. And feel the connection between the back of the body and the floor. Bring your awareness into the back of the body. Feel the back of the head. The shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back. Feel all those points of contact. Feel your buttocks, the weight of the pelvis, sacrum. The backs of the thighs. The calves. And your heels. Feel all points of contact between the body and the floor or your props. Subtle line of contact between yourself and the floor. Start to become aware of any activity that's going on around you. Take your awareness to your sense of hearing. Send the hearing out through your ears. Listen to all of the sounds around you, in the distance, within the building, within the room. Gently scanning from one sound to another. And there's no need to analyze the sounds or name the sounds. Just move freely from one sound to the next. Then move that awareness right in close to your own body. Listen to any sounds, subtle sounds that are coming from your own body. Now let go of the sense of hearing. Become aware of the sense of touch. Feel the whole of the skin, experiencing different sensations of touch. Covers, clothes, the air, jewelry. Again, just moving your attention freely between the different sensations. Moving that awareness to your nostrils, start to feel the gentle movement of the breath at the nostrils. Hold your awareness here. Now moving your attention to the space in front of your closed eyes. There's an opportunity now to remember your intention, or we call it the Sankalpa. So you set an intention at the beginning of the practice, repeat that to yourself 3 times, using the same wording, the same statement or words that you used at the beginning. If you didn't set an intention, then you can just use this time to consider that quality that you'd like to manifest through the rest of today, the coming week or weeks ahead. Now let go of the Sankalpa. We'll move on to the rotation of awareness around the body. We'll start with the right hand on the right hand side with the right hand thumb. Feel the right hand thumb, repeat the name, right hand thumb, and then move on to the next part that you hear. So right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, fourth finger, little finger, all 5 fingers together. Palm of the right hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, top of the right shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, front of the right thigh, back of the thigh, kneecap, back of the knee, calf muscle, shin, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes together. Move your awareness to the left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, fourth finger, little finger, all 5 fingers together. Palm of the left hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, top of the left shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, front of the left thigh, back of the thigh, kneecap, back of the knee, calf muscle, shin, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes. And move your awareness to the back of the body. Right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, the crown of the head, the whole of the scalp, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the space between the eyebrows, right eyelids, left eyelids, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left nostril, the whole of the nose, top lip, bottom lip, both lips together, chin, top jaw, bottom jaw, teeth, tongue, the whole of the face, the whole of the head. Moving to the front of the body, feel your throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, chest, ribs, stomach, navel, pelvis, groin, the whole of the abdomen. And now feel the whole body parts as I name them. So the whole of the right leg from your hip to your toes, the whole of the right leg, the whole of the left leg, the whole of the left leg, the whole of the right arm from your shoulder to your fingertips, the whole of the right arm, the whole of the left arm, the whole of the left arm. Feel the whole of the back of the body, the whole of the front of the body, the whole torso, the whole of the head, neck, and face, the whole body lying on the floor. Feel the whole body lying on the floor. Experience the whole body lying on the floor. Check that you are aware and awake and practicing Yoga Nidra. Feel the stillness of the physical body. And then noticing the breath, the movement of the body with the breath. Notice the rise and fall of the belly with the breath. There's no need to manipulate the breath. You simply observe each breath in and each breath out. Keeping your attention on the breath and the movement of the belly with the breath, the rise with the inhale, the fall with the exhale. We're going to start to count with the breath, starting from 1, working up to 20. When you inhale, the belly rises, count 1. The exhale, the belly falls, count 1. Inhale, belly rises, count 2. Exhale, the belly falls, count 2. So continue to count in this way upwards to 20. Observe each breath in and each breath out. Notice every movement of the belly with the breath. If you lose count when you reach 20, then just start again from 1 and work your way up. See where you're at with the practice. See that there is an awareness of the breath, of the movement of the belly, and an awareness of counting. Now let go of the breath awareness, let go. Become aware of the space in front of your closed eyes. And we use this like a blackboard. And here visualize or imagine each of the images that I say. Let them come and go freely. Imagine blue sky with white cloud, blue sky with white cloud, one tree standing alone high on a hill, one tree standing alone on a hill, colorful bouquet of flowers, colorful bouquet of flowers, a closed door, a closed door, a red balloon drifting away, a red balloon drifting away, a horse galloping, a horse galloping, an open door, an open door. See the sunset over the sea, the sunset over the sea, the twinkling stars, twinkling stars, bright full moon, the bright full moon. Hear a bird singing, hear a bird singing. See a small candle with a steady flame, small candle with a steady flame. Hold your awareness on the flame. Now come back to your sankalpa, your intention, repeating it again now if you're using it 3 times with faith and feeling. Let go of the sankalpa, let go of your resolve. Bring your attention back onto your natural breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall of the body with the breath. The breath that's always there. Start now to become aware of the room that you're in, aware of your surroundings, any activity that's going on around you. Hear my voice. Begin to connect back in with the body. Feel the body lying on the floor. Feel that connection between the back of the body and the floor. Feel the shape and the form of the body. See yourself lying on the floor, your clothes, your covers, your face. And know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. You can begin to deepen the breath and slowly move the body. Any movements to bring you out of the practice. Keep the eyes closed, your awareness inwards. Moving in a mindful way, no sudden movement. And when you're ready, slowly bringing your knees in and rolling onto one side. And then bringing yourself up to sit. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. Take a moment to acknowledge the practice. Feel the benefits of the practice. Draw the thumbs to the third eye between the eyebrows. And bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you. If you have any questions or feedback, let me know.